YouTube, what's happening? I kind of wanted to do a video where I talk about how I got started, where I was, where I am, and where I'm trying to go, and basically like a timeline of like my media career and kind of how I got started and all this, the whole nine. So we're gonna do it, and we've got basically a bunch of questions written out for myself where I can just answer them and talk like as if me and you, the viewer, were having a conversation. First things first is, who am I? My name is Hunter Paulson. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Acworth, Georgia. And right now I'm in my master's at Reinhardt University, which is a one-year program online. And I run a media company called Polymedia, which is crazy because 5 years ago when I walked into college, I would not have thought I would be doing this. Where did my interest in cameras, editing, everything media related come to? To be honest, I really don't even know. I think it started when I was in middle school and I would just hop on YouTube, back when YouTube was a big thing and everyone was on it. Instagram really wasn't big back then. It was big, but nothing like YouTube was, and everyone is posting on YouTube. I would say Sam Colder was a big guy. He posted unreal stuff. I mean, he's probably the GOAT of content back then, and he's still one of the best. But I think just watching like honestly cool YouTube videos in any kind of theme, niche, any of that was just like, how could I do that for my life and document something that people will never forget? So yeah, basically in 7th grade it all started when I was on a cruise ship and I was begging my mom for a GoPro, and I had no camera at the time, nothing, didn't even know what I was doing, didn't even know where to start, but that's okay, that's where we all start. And I'll never forget, I was begging my mom for a GoPro, and she pulled the trigger and bought it for me, which I'm very grateful for. And Mom, if you're watching this, shout out, Mom. I think I still have it in my bag actually, which is funny. It was a GoPro Hero 5. And basically this is where I learned everything from like the start. This is where my media, I guess, interest started and took off. So I would make YouTube videos with my friends. They're not on my YouTube channel anymore. They're absolutely terrible. But yeah, just documenting our lives with an adventure, maybe road bike or mountain biking, you know, the whole nine. Just making what I would call back then cool videos. But me looking back on them, they're absolutely trash, which is fine. We all go through the phases. So we jump into high school and I'm like, okay, I kind of like this. So like, let's keep it going. So I bought myself a Nikon D5500, and yeah, that was my first real camera. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so official. I was like filming, I played baseball in high school and football, so obviously I couldn't film those sports, but one of my best friends played on the lacrosse team, so once my sophomore, junior, and senior season, well, I didn't have a junior season because COVID, thank you COVID, but sophomore and senior year, I would film their lacrosse games and take pictures and just make hype reels on them. And honestly, like, that's where I feel like I fell in love with media and just creating content for social media and social platforms. It was just an unreal feeling for me to capture a game, then go back and just edit a timeline, just make it look so cool for my friends, my teammates that would see my stuff, my family. And so I kept doing that for a little bit and just, you know, filming here and there, filming my friends' adventures, kind of what we would do, and just everyday life. So yeah, I was basically doing this for fun, and I was a senior going into college, and I was like, how am I gonna do this in college? So basically my freshman year, I slipped away with it, really didn't do anything media-wise, and I had my major as communication and media studies. But as a freshman, you really don't do any of your bigger classes for media, so it's kind of like just all the back end stuff, like communication stuff and just, you know, basics of other stuff. But once my sophomore year came around, sophomore year fall, I got into more media classes, and I would grind on YouTube, just learning how to like edit, how to film, the basics, learn like anything I could on YouTube. If I could give you any advice, learn on YouTube. Anything you need to know, YouTube has it. I love YouTube. It's one of the best free resources out there for creators, and it's so clutch. And so I would take all these film classes, and my sophomore semester came to a close, And obviously I'm playing college baseball, it's going good. I'm a bullpen pitcher. I go to a small private university in North Georgia, and obviously there's no big budgets with media, athletics, all that. So in my mind, I'm 19 and I'm like, what could go wrong? We have our fall exit meeting with our baseball coaches and going through the whole nine, great fall, all that, telling me my role for the year. If you play sports, you know how it rolls. But I'll never forget my head coach, Jonathan Burton, which if you're watching this, shout out Coach B, one of my best mentors. He was like, all right, Paulie, you got anything else for me? I was like, yeah, Coach B, I actually do. I was like, I think you should hand me the social media for the baseball team. And he kind of like laughed and giggled. And he's like, what, Paulson? And I was like, no, like actually, I think you should give me the baseball social media. Like this is what I kind of want to do and get into sports and media. And I think this is a great building session for me to get some media work under me for my portfolio. And obviously I told him I would do it for free. You didn't have to pay me. My scholarship was basically the payment for baseball. And basically if you hired someone else, you would have to come in and pay him. So it worked out. It's a win-win. I do it for free and you get media for your team. So yeah, basically my sophomore spring, I took over the social media and bring my camera to the games every day. I was a bullpen pitcher, so it worked out. I went through every day. So I could take pictures and videos of the game, highlights of home runs, make a hype reel, posting game day graphics, all, if you're in the sports world, you know how it works. But yeah, my sophomore season did the whole thing and I was like, damn, that was hella fun. Okay, I need to invest in some equipment. So I worked all summer for some side hustle money. I flipped couches. I worked a job at DBAT, and I worked another job for this media company, basically filming like baseball showcase. After the summer comes to a close, my junior year for baseball and school was coming up, and I'm like, all right, might as well go all in, buy some nice equipment for myself, treat myself. So I go on Marketplace and buy myself a Sony a7 IV, which was the sketchiest purchase of my life because I Venmo'd this guy in Birmingham, Alabama, and just trusted him that he would send me the camera, which he did. The camera was a beast. I basically went from here to here in my content. Elevating it with better megapixels, better frame rates with 60 frames per second. My old camera didn't even have that, which was sad. So basically I did my whole junior season media and it really took off with the media. I mean, it was unreal. We made a World Series run, so the content was actually insane. And after that season, I really knew, okay, this is what I want to do with my life and I can make this happen somehow for myself where I could maybe work for myself and provide this service for other people and companies. Senior season comes around, fast forward to March. I'm looking up how to start your own business like any other college kid, and I hear LLC and I'm like, in my first mind, like, what the hell is that? So after doing a bunch of research and just looking over the details and kind of what it entails, I'm like, okay, this is what I need for my company to start and be official and be legit and for people to see like, I am real. This is not just some side hustle. So I realized if I want to go all in, this is what I need. So on the spot, I pay for a LLC right there, and I have a video in my college dorm. I'll put it up here. Well, today is March 31st, 2025. I've just created my own LLC in my college dorm. I'm a senior. I graduate in 2 months, and let's see what happens. Paulie Media to the moon. From when I started my LLC, and I was like, in my mind, what the hell am I doing? I didn't even know what I was doing. You just gotta figure it out on the way. That's what I figured out. And so I'm 23. The projects I've worked on so far is a bunch of sports related stuff. I run my university's media page still, and I now work with the school and doing media, and I'm still a student. Obviously, I'm in my master's, which is great doing that. So sports is my main gig. I do a bunch of event recaps, and just kind of other side stuff people hit me up for, which is fine because I'm always willing to expand in different niches in this industry. And when we fast forward to about my graduation day versus when I started, I have about $15,000 worth of equipment and camera bags, lenses, drones, camera bodies, mics, like DJI wireless mics, filters, all of that. And to think of when I first started, I would have like all of this, like I would be like, no shot, which is fine because like it all starts with a dream, and you just got to put one foot in front of another and just keep going and figure it out along the way. That's my motto, figuring it out on the way. This summer, I had the privilege of landing a gig with a baseball company called Prospect Select. Basically, I was a videographer / photographer, and I would travel to their baseball tournaments and showcases around the country, which contained South Florida, which was like Jupiter, West Palm, Tampa area, the Carolinas, which is like all around upstates and low country of South Carolina, and the North Carolina area, and along with the Northeast with like Boston. So basically I traveled 7,000 miles for them this summer, capturing in-game highlights, videos, big time moments of photos, and just their whole social media, just providing content and media. And it was a ton of fun. I saw a ton of cool places and met a ton of cool people through their company, and absolutely blessed for that to be my first summer out of college with just starting out. Like, that was unbelievable. I would not trade that for the world. It was definitely a long summer, traveling a lot, in a lot of hotels, and the whole month of June I was on the road, which was insane to think about because I did not come home one time. I was in the state of Florida, Carolina, and Boston all in the span of a month. So a lot of miles traveled, but that's okay because that's the journey. Fast forward to now, I'm now in my graduate program, which is the master's, like I talked about before, getting a MBA, Master's in Business Administration, with a focus in AI. So it's all online, so I'm able to do my media thing still while being a student at the university and providing media for the school's athletic department. The most rewarding part of the journey so far is just being able to do what I love and make money from it and travel and not be stuck in one spot, because I think that is very crucial, that we get moving around, explore the world, I've met so many cool people at these places I've gone where like I never thought I'd go, but like somehow I am, just because I'm filming an event, which is unreal to think about. The future for Polymedia is, for me, Hunter Paulson, to basically just go all in once I I am all in right now, even though I'm still in school, but you get the gist. I graduate this program in the end of summer, so really go all in, and just, my biggest fear is working a 9 to 5, and I just want to be able to have the freedom to do what I want, when I want, maybe wake up when I want, work on what I want, and work with who I want in these projects, because I think this space is very valuable, and a lot of people in this day and age are seeing what media people bring to the table and how they can help them, or help their business bring in more clients, more revenue, and get seen on the internet. Because like, realistically, how many people can be in one coffee shop, for example, at a time? Let's say maybe 100. Well, how many people can see your coffee shop online? There's millions and billions of people online, so all it takes is one video for you to skyrocket up and just get eyes on your brand. Attention's new currency. Yes, Ryan Roll gave me that. He gave me that quote. I won't take it from him. Like, this is just one of the most interesting jobs out there, and I think it's so rewarding, because it's like a sales job. Like, no one's handing you a check on Friday or every Friday. No, like, you have to go get the money. Like, you have to go work, you have to go earn it, and you have to give people results. So I think that really keeps me hustling and just keeps me on my toes. And another thing I love is just like, every day is different. I feel like it's never the same. It's always changing with different people I'm talking to, different projects, and the whole nine. It's really endless in this industry. One piece of advice I could give anyone watching is, whatever your dream is, chase it. And if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. If you just show up with a positive attitude, shake people's hands, and tell them what you do, I promise you will make money doing this. So yeah, if you're still watching, I really appreciate it that you've made it this far. And I just want to come on here and yap for a bit and talk about my story. But other than that, I'm excited for what the future holds, and I will see you guys next time. Polymedia to the moon.